This video is sponsored by EA. Hello my fellow weirdos, welcome to another speed build. This was actually a collab I did put on by Sims for Luca. If you saw the beginning, you saw the graphics. I put those in the title page. I'm pointing, but there's no camera. Anyway, hello, I am Flowur the Weirdo. Thank you for coming to check out this video. I hope you enjoy. It's a little faster than my normal ones because it was a lot of hours. I don't know exactly how many hours it was, but it was a lot. Yeah, this build, first of all, I am no good at terrain manipulation, so going up and down with the terrain I am horrible at, so that took me forever. There's also an underground maze which took me forever. You'll see that later in the episode. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun with this build, and it was all like freeform. It was supposed to be Bewitched, like it was the Bewitched collab, and it was all supposed to be witchy, and I just had this idea about what if this like kind of hermit type person, he lived out in the middle of you know, the Brindleton Bay, I think I put it in because it's it's called the Illusionist lookout. So he's basically living in this little house all by himself, maybe with somebody else who comes to stay with him or something. I don't know, because there's like a little lookout tower to the side. But he doesn't want anyone to find his house. So what he does is he casts this illusion, this grand illusion that covers his entire property and makes it look like, to the human eye or to anyone who hasn't or doesn't know the secret, it makes it look like an abandoned property. So that's basically what I did. So this speed build is a little bit different than most of my speed builds in the fact that I start out with an abandoned house. So you will see me dirtying this house up. The house looks, I try to make it look as old and as rundown as possible. And I'm already starting like with the roofs, because I think I actually changed the roofs out, because this is like right after Life and Death came out, I believe, that I started, or that this build happened. And yeah, so I was trying to make it as creepy and as rundown as possible while working on that raised terrain, because I definitely did not enjoy doing that. But yeah, I was trying to make like a chimney, but then I didn't like the way it looks, so I lowered those down, and I'm actually going to make them into two separate little greenhouses right now, which I really think turned out really, really cool. I love everything about this house. I love the way it turned out. I love the way the little tower to the side, the only way you can get to the tower is if you are either a sim that can transportulate or, you know, move by bat or something, because there is no stairway at all to the lookout. The only way a non-magical sim can get to it is by going through the underground maze and finding the underground, or the entrance by wandering through the maze, which the entrance is actually hidden behind a bookshelf. So, I mean, if you're randomly going through a maze and there's a bookshelf, you gotta think there's something up with that, you know? So yeah, I took a lot of time on this. I had to cut out a lot of parts. This video is going to be super long, and I do apologize for that. But it is a good, fun build to watch. It was a fun build to do. Like I said, it took me quite a long time. I will put the amount of hours it took me in on the screen right here. So yeah, it's turning out really nice. It's kind of based off of a Victorian house that I saw, but not really. Like it was just used as like an inspiration. I didn't go from any floor plans or anything. I just remember seeing this Victorian house with the tower in the front and the like L shape in the back. So I decided to make it like that. Then I'm also playing around some more with the terrain because I decided I wanted to have like a little area off to the side. And I was playing with the steps because the steps, it was really neat the way they were going up there. But yeah, usually when I build a house, I tend to do the landscaping first and then I go in and decorate the house. Why I do it that way, I have no idea. It's just my process, I guess, to get the entire vision. Sometimes I will do it backwards where I'll start in the house and then work my way out to the landscaping, which in one of the challenges I did, that really backfired on me because I did the art museum in Sao Paulo and I did the inside of this art museum was just the best I have ever done. It was so beautiful, so elegant, but I didn't do any landscaping on the outside and it totally like I got knocked down so many points for that. And it was in the Builders games, if you guys pay attention to the Builders games on Instagram. They're super fun to do. I highly recommend checking them out. My Sao Paulo video should be up. I don't know when, since I'm working on getting all of these speed builds out. Like, I'm trying to do as many as I possibly can because I have so many on my computer that I honestly had to make an Excel sheet because it was so messy and so like, I don't know what this is, I don't know what that is. So I made an Excel sheet of ones I need to get done, the best ones to do, and yeah. So hopefully I can get some more speed builds out and we can, you guys can see some more really cool builds that I've done. Be sure to pay attention to the end of this video because when I shared this on Instagram, I made these little animations where it starts off as the abandoned build and then like a magical swoosh comes through and changes it into the completed build. So it's really cool and you definitely should wait to the end to check that out, or if you get bored watching, just go check out the end, you know. Yeah, and the funny part is I was playing around with the flooring in here, but I feel like I just change it out anyway. I know I change a lot of stuff when I go from the non-abandoned to... No, when I go from the abandoned to the non-abandoned. I should say fancy because I did go... It's really like fancily decorated. The build is up on my gallery. My gallery ID is Flowur, Flowur. I've also put as many rooms up there as I can, which it was kind of hard to put the rooms up here because it was such a weird shaped build. But if you just go, it's either Illusionist Lookout and then the name of the room, or I think I did it that way instead, because usually when I put my builds up on the gallery, I will put the build up and then I will put the name of the build and like kitchen and put all the rooms out there. And it's not so much that you can download the rooms, it's so that you can actually see the rooms before you download the main house. Now, I do use a lot of packs when I do my builds. I kind of get to the point where, like, I try to limit the packs, but I just get to the point where I just use, like, whatever's there. I don't think I used any CC in this. I don't think I have... I don't even have a lot of build CC. I have a couple pieces, but they're more for storytelling. It's not really, like... anything you would want to use in your build normally. I did have a portrait of Kurt Cobain a long time ago that I used a lot, and then some like kids party stuff that I have in the computer, but I never use them. And I probably have it like blocked off. But as you can see here, I was trying to figure out a way to make like a funky little tower to make it look, you know, a fun shaped tower, but it looked weird the other way, so I ended up doing it this way, and then I'm gonna extend out the end so it looks almost like a little key. Yeah, there we go. And that's gonna be the little place where I put the telescope eventually. I don't have it out yet because this is the abandoned version. And then, yeah, so I saved both versions. If you go on my gallery, you can get Illusionist Outlook Abandoned and Illusionist Outlook Refurbished, I think. I'm not sure. I left what I called it, like, well, actually, I didn't leave it what it was called in there because it was, I had been calling it Bewitched. So, like, the placeholder was, like, Bewitched, Abandoned, and Bewitched, whatever. But once I decided on the name, Illusionist Lookout. I always get it confused. I always say Illusionist Outlook, but it's Illusionist Lookout. Because he's at the, like, highest peak in, Brindleton Bay. And he's looking out at the bay, like kind of taking care of the bay. But I decided I wanted to put a little pond in there since I pretty much never use the pond feature. As you can tell, I like lowered the land enough that the pond disappeared, and I'm just like, no! So I had to figure out how to get the pond back. But I love those trees from like the vampire pack. They're like perfect for abandoned builds. And when I switch it over to the non-abandoned, I tried to place trees like in the same spots the broken trees were. And I tried to kind of mesh them up to what they would be. But that tree behind the house, I could not find one to match that, like a living version of that tree. So, yeah, and at this point right here, I think I'm about to add like a little entrance, and then eventually I get rid of the entrance and just make it like a balcony. Like you could probably climb over it, but you know, Sims can't climb fences. But if you were, you know, if it was in real life, you could just climb over and go in. But yeah, see, I put a little set of stairs there, and then I take it away because I'm like, wait a minute, what if the illusionist has it there so that like the only people who can get in are people who can, you know, transport themselves over there. So I thought that was a neat idea. And this is before, like, I was thinking about it, and I thought this is really cool. I really need to do it that way. So that's what I did. But then I realized that the actual Sims would not be able to get over there. So then this is when I decided to do the underground tunnel system, which I made a maze for another collab I did. I can't remember what it was called, but I'll put a quick picture to the side here where it's not in the way. And I really loved it. Oh, the Sylvan Path, I think it was called. And it was just a giant maze. And I had so much fun building the maze. But I had to put it on super fast speed for the maze building because it took forever. And every little room I added messed up the ground above. So I had to go and like fix it. And I wanted all the corners to be kind of rounded rather than straight. So I go through and I have to like cut off all the triangles. I didn't want to leave any triangles at all. I wanted to leave, you know, just kind of diagonal, not rounded, but diagonal-ish. And then I had to keep going up to find out where it was in relation to the house so that I could put the ladder. Because I make one ladder in the house and one ladder in the tower. So that Sims could get across without having the transportation ability. So yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with this build. Even just doing the maze, like I would love to just make mazes. It's so fun, but it's also like really hard to do because when you put a room down, it leaves like the imprint of a room, and then if you try to get rid of it, the imprint of the room is still there and you have to like delete that somehow, and it gets very annoying. So I did have a little bit of trouble with that. But there I put the ladder going up into the bathroom of the tower. Now it doesn't look like a bathroom here because it's abandoned and there's no furniture in the abandoned build at all. But here I'm trying to make like a hidden path to get to the actual entrance to the lookout tower. So, and then I put the little bookshelf in there, and then I tried to make another, like, I think I started making it into a chimney, and then I think I decided that I still didn't like the chimney and I got rid of it anyway and just left that one room. Yeah, I just left a little room there and then put a little roof on that. That's so that you could get down into this part because I didn't have an actual section. And as you can see, I had to keep going upstairs because I kept missing. My depth perception is so bad, and it was just not good with this. I just kept going up and down, up and down, up and down, trying to make sure I could get that ladder in there somehow. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it's like frustrating, but it's a fun frustrating, you know? It's not something that like I would choose to do all the time, but I thought it was really fun. And I think when I was playtesting it, because I did playtest it a little bit, I got the sim to the tower, but by the time she got to the tower, she like peed herself before she got to a bathroom because she was walking through the maze like way too long. And also I noticed when in the, oh no, maybe that was a different one. I was going to say the sim, I think the sim made macaroni and cheese, but that was a different one in the cauldron. That was in my fortune teller's cottage, which is also a cute little video you can check out. That one's a super quick one. Nothing like this one, which seems to go on forever and ever. It never ends. And this is when I start trashing it up, I think. Yeah, here comes the trash. This is my favorite part of doing abandoned builds, is to artfully place the trash. And I try to do it in a way that looks like it might actually happen that way and not just like pile everything everywhere. Just randomly throw little pieces everywhere. It's so fun to do. I don't know if you've ever made an abandoned build, but it is really fun to do. In fact, I do it so often now that I hardly ever actually decorate my houses. I just make abandoned builds. Yeah, and I was trying to put that tree on the back, but it wouldn't, like, it kept sticking, like, above the ground. So I was just like, whatever, I'm not putting this tree out here. And I love throwing those tires everywhere. And I resize them and make them bigger, make them smaller, throw them in there. I also like the tire stack. Sometimes I'll make that and I'll stick something inside the tire stack or inside the tires. But yeah, the most helpful packs were the werewolf pack, the basement clutter pack, I think it's called, the basement treasures pack. What else? Oh, eco lifestyle. I used a lot of garbage from a lot of different packs. But yeah, that basement pack, the basement treasure pack, is perfect for making these abandoned builds. So, like I said, if you have never done an abandoned build, I highly recommend it. And if you do decide to make an abandoned build, let me know, like tag me in social media where you share it or whatever, because I would love to see it, and I collect them. I want to do some sort of showcase of them. I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but I really want to, like, get more people doing abandoned builds because it's so fun. It's It's just the funnest. And then what's even more fun is to take the abandoned build and to fix it up to make it look, you know, lived in, and even if you do it like it through gameplay, to take the house and remove all the garbage, and yeah, it's so fun to do. It's such a fun. Just check out my haunted house flippers. I know I haven't gotten very far in that, but that's like the challenge, is to find a house and renovate it. But here I am getting rid of all of the garbage, and I'm gonna start filling the house with I think I actually start again with the landscaping, because that's what I do. So as you can see here, I'm switching out the trees to kind of match sort of what they maybe might have looked like. And I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job, except for this tree here, because I could not find one to match that tree that would fit in between the houses without, you know, the leaves clipping into it. So I think I just put a random tree back there. I mean, it's a birch tree, so I don't think it really fits, but it looks pretty good. And the landscaping I do in this one is so pretty. Like, I don't know if I've ever done prettier landscaping. One of my tricks, though, and I say this in a lot of my videos, is when you are placing the a whole bunch of the same thing, if you just like turn each item by one click, it makes it look so much better, because if you just place them all, they're just all identical things all in a row. But if you just turn it one click each time, it makes it look so much more lifelike and so much, I don't know, so much more beautiful. Like, even with those bushes, I turned them so they were the opposite way. Like, each one is facing a different way, I think. Maybe I didn't do it. I don't know. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, it looks a lot better when you do that with the bushes. And the flowers, yeah, I don't even think I did it with those flowers. I just left them all the same way. But anyway, just don't do what I did in this video. Just do the little clicky thing, because like I said, it looks so much better that way. Whew. I have done a lot of talking. I do apologize if you don't like people talking while they're doing this, but I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the house as it is being actually furnished, and not just the abandoned furnished, because I really think I did an awesome job on this house. Like, normally when I do houses, I'm just kind of like, this house is okay, this is, you know, well, this is wrong with it, and that's wrong with it, and this is wrong with it. But in this one, I'm just like, this house is so cool, the way it turns out. And I keep finding more and more little abandoned pieces in there that I have to take out. But yeah, I clutter this house, which I hardly ever do any cluttering. I put all kinds of stuff in there, and I wanted to make it look as magical as possible. So I was trying really hard to put like as much magical things as I could. I used a lot of the Ravenwood or the Life and Death furniture, because it, like I said, the pack had just came out, so I was super excited about the pack, and I still am super excited about it. I love all of the pack assets. I love everything. I love the gameplay of that pack. That it's one of the best packs we've had in a long time. And I still haven't really played the Grim Career. I've played like a couple days of it, but I know I'm gonna love that too, because I don't know, I really love that pack. So, and it works really, really good with Realm of Magic, and I think it's also gonna work really well with the fairy pack that's coming out, Enchanted by Nature, which is coming out soon, hopefully July 10th. Which I don't know if this is going to be up before then or after. Probably before. I might even put this up like tomorrow, just because I've been sitting on it for so long, since this collab that we did was quite a while ago. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the magical screenshots or whatever they're called. But yeah, here I am cluttering all kinds of clutter, and if you watch my speed builds before, if you watched like all of them, you'll see one item I place in the house that I place in every single house. I mean, there's a couple houses I forgot, but if you know what that item is, put that down below in the comments. And yeah, that's, if you're watching my speed builds, any of them, go ahead, like whenever you see this item, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when you see the item, tell me what room you see it in. It's pretty obvious what it is. If you watch my videos, you'll know. But yeah. So anyway, I suppose I could probably stop yapping, even though I don't want to though, because I want to like tell you about this house. Like, I really wanted to put a window behind that couch, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So instead what I did is I took a curtain and I took the cafe pack. I can't remember what the cafe pack is called, but I took a window from the little cafe pack, or a mirror, not a window, and put that behind the curtains, and it just looks so cool because it looks like a window, but it's not really a window. So yeah, this room, the bedroom upstairs, goes through a lot of different changes. I kind of skip around a lot in this because I just keep changing everything, and I use tool, but I only use tool to make things bigger or smaller. I don't usually use it to flip it sideways. Sometimes I do, but in this one I didn't. I only used it to make things larger or smaller. And I love the way the deck came out, especially like there's like a the funeral thing, which I'm about to do like after I put these couches down, I think. But yeah, there's a little sitting area there, and then I'm gonna put and I hardly ever use that table because it's so huge, but it works perfectly there. But there's the funeral thing, and I wanted to put like the fish tank on it, like so bad, but instead of having it as the main thing, I ended up putting it to the side, and then I put Grogu up on the top because I'm just like, yeah, this looks super cute. I don't know if that's his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name, but it's the Baby Yoda. But yeah, I really wanted it to be like a memorial to a fish because it has like the empty fish tank. But yeah, I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out what to do with that porch because it was so big. And I wanted it to be like a space where like the illusionist, I guess, would hang out and have a good time. But I also wanted to have like lots of plants. I wanted it to have more plants than it did, but like there's no room in this house. This house is so small, like room wise. So it was hard to put plants in there, and I really wanted a bench to go like around the outside of the turret, but I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I ended up just putting planter boxes on it, and I think that it looks really cute that way. And I, of course, have to adjust the windows because I never put the windows, like, in the right. Like, if you download some of my builds from the gallery, some windows are up high and some are down low because I never get it right. I did use move objects, so some of the objects might be clipping with other things. But yeah, I usually use move objects now. I never used to before, but I do use it now. And this little tower actually turned out super cute. Like, I like the way I change up. I can't remember how. Yeah, I put the pink. And it just looks super cute with the little pink curtains. And then, of course, the bedroom turns green. So I think I might actually go in and change the little turret curtains again. I can't remember. But I went through like every swatch of that paranormal table. I'm like, I do not know what color to make this. And so I was like, well, I mean, since this bed is kind of green, maybe I'll make everything else green. But it also has black in it, so I think I put some black in there. And that, the pale roses from the Maximalist's pack. That is one of my favorite wallpapers. It's so pretty, and I love to do like feature walls with it. And I was trying to do that here, but it didn't work out. So anyway, I wanted to keep talking until my favorite room, which is the room that in the lookout tower, because it's super green and I love it. But I am going to let you go here because I need to get a drink of water because I've been talking for half an hour straight. So anyways, if you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. Don't forget to watch to the end so you can see the cool like effect I put on the videos, so you can see like the abandoned to non-abandoned. I'm like moving my hands in the shape that the magic goes because it's like magic as it goes through. It's pretty cool. Anyway, yes. So remember to always stay weird because weirdos rule. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.